This evening's group meditation. Let's explore the bad advice of contemplative gymnastics. A good-hearted individual on Reddit asked the following question, and I quote, "When Lama says, find, quote, where the image is, unquote, I need help, as I am always lost at that point. I just stumbled upon this incredible master's videos on YouTube, and I'm trying to practice her beginner practice as suggested. While I have been generally fine with the eye unfocusing, I am lost with the finding where the image is." For reference, she paints a picture of an elephant or an experience of a freight train and asks, where is that mental picture located? When I do that, I don't really get the vast open context she speaks of. I simply feel nothing. The question of where is the thought is just a dry question without a non-conceptual answer. It's like a question is asked at a deep cave and you hear nothing back. What am I doing wrong? This is driving me nuts. This really broke my heart when I read this. And this is not uncommon. This type of mental gymnastics has crept into Dzogchen like black mold infiltrating a low-income apartment. When we read the actual text, or an English translation of the actual text attributed to the first teacher of Dzogchen, Garab Dorje, we see that he taught an open system that relies on vulnerability and letting go. One that does not rely on the rigidity and force required for mental gymnastics. Things such as undermining our mindfulness by disfocusing our eyes or asking questions without understanding the rhetorical questions. You see, there is a path of gentleness and a path of force. And a great example from Star Wars of a path of force would be the dark side. Its practitioners tend to be rigid, fearful, controlling, elitist, cryptic, competitive, and cruel. Remember the line from Shakespeare's Hamlet, "I must be cruel to be kind"? Yeah, the Buddha never taught that. The Christ never taught that. The sage never taught that. That comes from yang, that comes from the dark side. When someone's trying to force you into thoughtlessness or force you into wisdom by shocking your mind or shocking your body, even if they have the best of intentions, they're dipping into the dark side, they are dipping into the path of yang. Now, the path of yang can take you many places, but peace and enlightenment are not on the itinerary. So let's take a moment now to explore what to do in meditation, how meditation is supposed to work according to Dzogchen, the first Dzogchen teacher. And I'm going to teach it not through the lens of the early Iron Age, because we no longer live in the early Iron Age. I'm going to teach it through the lens of the Silicon Age, the digital age. I'm going to teach it through the lens of neuroscience. We have mindfulness and we have meditation. We'll start with mindfulness. Every time we inhale, we automatically access our sympathetic nervous system, which is not wired for active concentration, but which is wired to simply perceive, and to do so vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. Mindfulness is the first of 7 enlightenment factors. Now, what are some of the things that we could perceive? We could perceive sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like. We could perceive emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, imaginings, and confabulations. What are we to do with all these things that we notice? Well, we meditate upon them, but how do we do that? Every time we exhale, whether we know it or not, we are accessing our parasympathetic nervous system, which is wired for both physical relaxation as well as mental release. So each inhalation is wired for mindfulness. Each exhalation is wired for meditation. All we got to do is align our intention with the factory installed wiring of our spinal cord, of our autonomic nervous system. Meditation is as simple as three things: sitting impeccably, silently and mentally reciting the verb watch as you breathe in, and silently and mentally reciting the verb feel as you relax into your exhalation. That's it. I look forward to chanting and meditating with you in a little bit more than 1 minute. But first, let's pause for housekeeping. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. If you're geeky like me and you too love Star Wars, and you wish to meditate as profoundly as Ahsoka Tano on Lothal, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Now, a bit of the old good news. If at any point during this evening's live stream you have a specific question about Buddhist chanting, Buddhist meditation, Buddhist philosophy, or how to apply them, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. So, if you're watching on a laptop or a desktop, that chat window should be on the right. And if you're watching on your smartphone, that chat window should be down below. Like the cellar in a haunted house in a forgotten dream. Scary, eh, kids? Okay, that was my imitation of Count Floyd for you old guys out there, you OGs. Okay, together as a team, let us chant the Thursday night excerpt of the first Dzogchen manual, titled The Vast Expanse of Vajrasattva, composed by Gaurab Dorje, translated from the Tibetan by Yeshe Donden, and adapted as well as amplified by yours truly. Now, once again, if you get caught, confused, or hung up, just type me a question. Together. The essence is one, unstructured, unborn, and the way of the yogi is like the path of all put in the sky. How then can we suppose that phenomena actually exist? So, someone who is a true yogi is practicing in a manner that is vulnerable, passive, visceral, and random. They're not following a rigid paradigm. They're practicing centered spontaneity. This lifestyle, everything about this lifestyle shouts that whatever it is we noticed, that with every exhalation, whatever that appeared to us quite solidly during our previous inhalation now feels as non-graspable as the illusion of the infinite azure sky. Whoops. Together. Take two. Inner and outer phenomena are both a one real condition, which is not an object to be grasped by the conceptual mind, whatever we experience, whether it is external or internal. During our exhalation, we are wired to make peace with it. Together, the things of this world are mere names based on mistaken concepts, and so it is we fail to experience the equality of deep contemplation. It's a mistake to get hypnotized by names and labels and explanations and theories and superstitions. When we breathe in, we can notice all of those things. But during our exhalation, we must relax into those things' non-graspability. Let's continue. The outer and inner spiritual commitments that we take up pertain to the constituents and senses of the body-mind, which has never been other than the true condition. There is therefore no benefit in talking about spiritual commitments. So, here's the path. If you want to practice ethics, it's twofold. It is about kindness and the cause of kindness. Whenever, let's for a second look at a drawing of the brain. When we experience peril, we get hung up in the underbrain, specifically the fear center or amygdala. When we meditate successfully, whatever comes up, even the scary stuff, and we successfully relax into our exhalation, fMRI studies are shown, functional magnetic resonance imaging studies have shown that our electrical activity at the underbrain slows down and stops and is replaced with electrical activity in this part of the brain, the anterior cingulate gyrus, which functions as the hub of our mirror neurons, the seat of empathy. So the fringe benefit of a healthy meditation practice is that it feeds our kindness. According to the Buddha, the essence of morality is just love and kindness. Love is the intention. Kindness is the action. We can communicate with kindness. We can conduct ourselves with kindness. We can participate in commerce with kindness. We don't have to be a Karen who tries to get people fired. We don't have to be a Chad who tries to drive people out of business. We can be kind in every facet of our life. And that's it. That's the essence of morality right there. I gotta push the right button, and I think it's over here. Okay, let's continue. Appearances, symbols of the all-good, never change into something other than presence. Whatever we experience, whatever we perceive, emote, intend, reason, recall, or imagine, or, oh gosh, it begins with C. Confabulate. Its only significance is that it's something to notice as we breathe in. Its only significance is that it's something to let go of and relax into as we breathe out. Let's continue. Never being other than presence, appearance is all therefore wisdom. In the absence of grasping, nothing has a self-identity. So here's the thing. There is a famous etching, not etching, but this is engraving from either China or Japan of a monk in the middle of a snowy winter, burning his books and then lifting his robes to warm his tushy. Whatever we experience, pleasurable or painful, external or internal, physical or mental, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque, whatever we experience simply serves as the kindling for the wisdom of letting go. We don't have to understand letting go of anything and anyone as if it was not us. We do not have to exercise blind faith. We do not have to get lost in pseudo-intellectualism. If all we do is, I don't know, once every 12 hours or so, sit in meditation, noticing and releasing whatever comes up, we will viscerally experience the wisdom of letting go. Everything will take care of itself. Let's continue. Absent rejecting, there is only the quality that transcends speech. If you're a fan of Neil Gaiman like I am, and you enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Good Omens, then you'll remember the phrase, it is an... So, we don't have to run around putting a label or an explanation on everything we perceive. Perceive, emote, intend, reason, recall, imagine, or confabulate. They don't need our labels. They don't need our explanations. All we need to do is notice and release. Cowabunga. Okay. So I'm going to tap button 9 and bring us or direct us to this evening's practice text, whose title is Easy Dzogchen. Let's begin by reciting performing the concise recitations of bodhicitta and refuge, that we might exercise the neural pathways responsible for both empathy and enthusiasm. Together. May I liberate all beings by relying on the 3 jewels. May I liberate all beings by relying on the 3 jewels. May I liberate all beings by relying on the 3 jewels. I don't know if you're as silly as me, but I got ADHD. And so one of my favorite ways of boosting my dopamine is working out. And so even though I'm differently abled and can only do Tibetan-style Buddha bowing, I like to perform variations of geriatric step-back squat thrusts in front of a little teeny Buddha statue while performing this recitation. Do I do it out of fear? No. Do I do it out of greed? No. Why do I do it? Because it's fun. It feels good. There are ways of doing this with weights, without weights, or even with a chin-up bar. We've already explored the rudiments of mindfulness and meditation. As we breathe in, we can watch the play of mind. And as we relax into our exhalation, and as we exhale, we can relax into the non-graspable nature of mind. And now together, let's meditate. I check for questions approximately once every 7 to 9 minutes. So if it takes me a bit to respond to you, please do not take it personally. I'm very grateful to Tuku Tandap, who first taught me to watch the play of mind. And I'm grateful to both Shagadud Tulku as well as Baka Tulku for teaching me to relax into the nature of mind. Let us seal this evening's practice with a bit of the old chanting. May all beings practice of kind communication, conduct, and calmness for the spontaneous and uncontrived. May everyone be free from misery. May everyone be happy. May no one be separated from the happiness. May everyone have balance from the tyranny of hating, craving, and clinging freed. If you feel that I have earned it, you could type something in the chat window. You could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could share it with a friend. You could even help support this channel on Patreon. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early morning meditation class and practice. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.